Hello, my name is Leo and I'm an artist. And this is a forgotten art I discovered. I'm sorry for the quality, and this is all I can do. I'm not a good entertainer, but I have a quite good trick you will like. I use this piece of plastic, which is, I don't know, 4 square meters, and a budget of 20 bucks to teach you a lesson, So it's quite interesting. I'm not a magician, but I can make things appear with this. It looks very sad, for a 50-year-old man. It looks pretty much like the drawing and writing as a 7-year-old boy. And you're right, there are mistakes in here, there's an A, and there's a lesson in a lesson. Mistakes are there to learn, And we're pretty much like in a situation we do not learn from our mistakes. So I want to introduce my trick. I use this piece of plastic to the end of all wars, and this is quite an impressive trick, I think. But I can't do it without you. I need your attention. This very sad little thing is actually code. You can't understand it. I'm the only one in the world, I think. I can't be 100% sure, but I think I'm the only one who can actually read this, And there's a reason for it. This is code to understand the universal language, which is called 5D, I guess. 5D is a very modern way to describe something. I'm a relic from the 70s, like this tape, and I'm considered more like a dinosaur. And that's a problem. You're overthinking everything. It's really, really simple and easy, and I could solve any mystery with this code. But that's not why I'm here. I'm actually your teacher, if you like. And I would like to teach you the way to think how I think, because we think different. I can explain this. I use a code to reach all kind of this. So I have done everything what's on this map, and most of you pretty much too. And the question of our question is why. So I pretty like to add another word to it. Why me? This is quite simple. Ask me the same question, and this is the reason. I'm like a child. 7 years ago, I had an accident, and I lost the capability to use my right frontal cortex. I'm sorry, that's still bothering me. And desperate to survive, this is a map of communication. So we communicate on this map, and step by step you will understand the way my brain works. And this practically should activate your brain, because you're missing something, Someone has taken something from you, I guess it's around 4,000 years ago or more, and you can't evolve, You can't feel satisfaction in any way. I lived the same life like you do. I pretty much reached any goal I could get, and even more I asked for, and I pretty much lost everything, and I never had the feeling of satisfaction since April this year. And I was looking for myself. I lost myself, I lost my capability to function in your world, And I asked myself, who am I? And when I was in a coma, I had a dream, and I dreamed always of this, and I'm sorry. I tried to gather my strength. I'm Leo, I'm the white line. And this is basically the code of everything, yeah? So if you want to solve a puzzle, you use this code, you solve the puzzle. You want to solve a murder, you got a murder. You want to know if it's rap or hip-hop, you know, this is code. And there are many codes hidden in the codes, and this is pretty much everyone is looking for, yeah? This is called Pandora. And you can't see it because I use the codes to hide it. There are several orders you have to take to see it. And yeah, I never asked for this, so I actually wanted to know who I am, and yeah, I did get the answer. I'm a teacher, so I don't want to have it. So this is a big responsibility, and I think everyone should know this. This is why hundreds of millions people are dying. I'm sorry. So if you would understand how I'm talking, how I'm thinking, the question is why to everything. This is the most asked question in the world. You have to be to ask this question, yeah? And if you could think like I do, you would see, it's really quite simple. You have to combine to become complete, to be complete, I'm sorry. So this is pretty much it, yeah? This is yin and yang, it's an old Asian symbol, and it's used for tattoos and all kinds of stuff, but pretty much people don't even understand this symbol. Because it's actually three parts, it's good and bad, and the circle is like the combined to completion. That means the good become bad and bad become good, and so pretty much they become perfect. And this is the first symbol of art, yeah. This is code, and this means completion or endless, yeah. So if you're in a circle, you can't get out of it. So if you see it from a scientific way and would believe you had a soul, and you think of physics, mass can't disappear, so if you burn something you still have coal or ash or even gas. So it pretty much stays somewhere, just in another form. Yeah, if you were a butterfly, you eat, you become in a modus of sleep, you grow, and you've been reborn and you can fly away. So this is the code of life, yeah, this is what this is all based on. And the code of life is 4. This is really quite simple, yeah. And every code has a 4. And this is how to explain it. You got the compass, you got 4, yeah. And basically this is a Roman cross, yeah, it's a lot more like a Y or T, but in religion it's 4. So only someone would notice the different who really would care about a detail like that, and I think it's pretty much an important detail, so as you will see over there, but we come to this later. I'm sorry for my English, this is not my native language, you already reckon, so never mind. This is like 4, yeah? You got this cross, and for you it means hope, yeah? And to me, in my language, it means a threat, yeah? So if you see someone like Jesus hanging on a cross, and you feed like me on empathy, that makes me sad, yeah? And this is a warning to me to shut up, yeah? I'm not Jesus, don't confuse me with anyone, I am who I am, I'm a teacher, but we have something in common, like any artist in the world as well. We live in art. Yeah, I love music, I love paintings, but I have never the possibility to study anything, so I started working quite early. I was a servant like 25 years. I never did anything wrong, and I always followed the rules, and I pretty much became nothing. Yeah, when I was used to never be used again, I was thrown out on the street with a child and my wife. And the journey started, and this is pretty much, I hope I can say it right, but someone said it's destiny you meet on the road you take to prevent destiny. I'm sorry, I'm not good at everything. I'm good at everything, but I'm not the best at everything, I'm sorry. So I made my destiny, and pretty much I'm your destiny, because if you understood my way of thinking, for me this is like, I only need this symbol to understand everything, because I have a different way of thinking. And I didn't have that always. It started 7 years ago when I lost my capability to think. I can't remember things. I don't even have a key. I would lose it. I have so many glasses because they're always missing. So I'm really bad at little things. I'm always in pain. I walk on this upstairs to the bath on all fours most times. I even have a cane. Yeah, for you this is a cane, for me it's a tool, you know. I can put it in 3 pieces, put it in my bag, I can walk on it, and I can use it to protect myself. So for you it's a cane, for me it's like, you know, independence. So, and this is what you're missing, your independence, and you don't even know it because it's gone a long time ago. And this is the magic trick I spoke from earlier. So, the problem is, if you could forget about this, all this wouldn't happen. Yeah? You need to stop thinking. Yeah? If anytime everything happens and you ask the person what happened, and the answer is always, I thought. You can, if you understand this map, this is a lie detector as well. You know, you can ask for the motive. You know, my motive, I already told you, I guess. I want to teach you in a universal language to understand the code of art, and this pretty much would be the end of all wars. The only thing you need to understand, if you were a record, you know, you're in a mode, the needle always skips back and you start over and over again. So never mind, so it's pretty easy. I will put my hand on the needle and give a little fist on the record player, so the needle pretty much will scratch the record, and this is good because you have to hear this always, this scratch. You never have to forget this ever again. And then you will hear the end of the song you're missing. This is satisfaction. This is why you feel incomplete. You miss one phase, and this is all about the oldest con ever. Yeah? I'm not a con man, it takes a con man to find a con man. But I think even I'm not capable of doing your thing, I'm quite capable of doing my thing. And in order to understand why I'm talking so weird, I want to come a little bit closer to you, not in person, because I like my distance. I'm a very shy person, and not many people like me. So this is very generous of me, but I need to find my peace as well as you do. You probably won't see it, it doesn't matter, I describe it and I put a picture on it beneath. My son will take care of for this for me because I'm not good with this stuff. So if you believe me, there's always a beginning, yeah, and there's an ending. This is pretty much why I'm talking to you. Basically, it's meant there's a beginning and everything is possible, you know, endless, you know. If you think you have a soul, you don't want to get that in that circle when you're mad or naughty or very naughty, yeah. I was always very naughty and I pay my bill. Still paying. So, in order to understand why I'm talking so weird, we come closer now. This is something, you know, try to not think and have a little faith, because my motive is survive, yeah? And you can't understand this because of the distraction caused of chaos, yeah? So I mastered chaos, and I bring you to this as well, because this chaos is actually, yeah, I understand chaos. You have to trust me, just a little bit. It's for free, I don't want nothing. Did I told you that? This is my code, yeah? This is my motive, I am, you know, and this is my motive. Yeah, first of all, I have to be in order, yeah, this is code of life. First, I have to be, to talk to you, do anything. And second, I'm family, yeah, I'm a family guy, I love my family. And I have a big family I didn't know, so it can get bigger, so it depends on how good I am a teacher. So, we see. Yeah, I'm a teacher, and I'm also reasonable, I'm objective, and I do this out of love, and I like to help. I was always in a medicine service, so I saved several people's lives, and but that's not all about it. I'm just, you know, you can prove if I'm telling the truth, if you understand the system, as you can do from anyone else you like. And you can make your own opinion, and I think that's the most important thing. It doesn't matter what I say, it's important what you have faith in, and you should be the first one. Yeah, so you got my motive, and we come a little bit closer each time. So if you like crazy talk, this is crazy talk, okay? Basically, this is you with a bomb, yeah? This is the maximum involvement at the time. And I'm very polite because I was always very silent and silenced. But I'm pretty much here, so I'm much more involved than you, because I have the capability to use around 80% of my brain. So could you, if you understand this. So be a little bit patient and follow. My first student took around 4 months, and I was amazed. So this is the short version. Yeah, I don't like spending so much time. I have other things to do. After you understand this, everybody knows what to do, and I can rest in peace, or live in peace. I don't want to rest because I spent half of my life for this, and I don't even ask for it. I didn't want it, yeah? But I think it's important you have it, and you need to decide what to do with it. Because at the moment, this is what we all have to get. This means omega, this means it's the end, it means nothing. There's no Mozart, there's no sound, there's no light, there's no sun. This is pretty much the end of our universe. If you carry on like you do, yeah, that's pretty much simple. So this is actually what expects you if you understand all of this. If you like to talk to people, I don't want to say aliens because they're not. Yeah, I have a theory. I can't prove it, but I would like to mention it. So I have something here. So this is the other $10 I spent, but my son will use it afterwards. So I make a picture of this as well. I put this down because I'm not lazy, but I'm not very good at it. Okay. This is an evolutionary question. I hope you actually can see this. I better take a look. You can't even see this. So I have to use a trick. I'm sorry. I'll make it cheap. So I hope this is high enough. That's stupid. Never mind. I try it this way. Just get rid of this. You see, I'm pretty smart, but I'm not perfect. So, this is evolution, yeah? You have this monkey, yeah? And pretty much, if you watch the news or anything, there's a monkey building tools from wood and stone. This is evolutionary. You know, we're like 35,000 years ahead. Yeah, so evolutionary, you're superior to him, and you should leave him alone to evolve. There are people living in the jungle, they have spears and stuff, you know. They're ahead, away from you, maybe 10 or 15,000 years. So what makes you think I do not exist if 3 other people live underneath you? So this is, you know, we have a lot of things that could explode the planet, and you didn't ask us if we want this. We never want this. We're peaceful people. And this is all about, I want just a little bit of peace, and I don't want to judge or pointy fingers. This is about absolute equality, so we have to pretty much start with zero, with day zero. I've just done before. But I can't decide, you have to decide this. So if you believe me, there should be ancestors. So why we don't have before sisters if everything got its opposite, you know, hot is cold and water and fire, yin and yang, you name it, you know. You have ancestors, people who lived before you. Why cannot people live in your past? Sorry for the confusion. Yeah? Ancestors lived before you in the past, and your before sisters lived before you in your future. You know, this is, you know, and then our Einstein theory of everything. If you believe in this, everything is possible. And I also solved his theory. And this is pretty much it. When we done this, it's a theory of everything. And I'm pretty sure even a child would understand this. I think I made it quite easy, yeah? You have to use facts and logic. So facts is, you know, you have archaeologists, or I'm sorry, I'm not good with this. And they find things and they say, oh, this is from them, and they pretty much know everything, but you know this, and it's only the missing piece. What I'm talking about pretty much is you can't evolve because you live in a chaos, which is a permanent distraction. Yeah, you live in absolute distraction. And if you think of the butterfly, if he has not his involvement, he never will fly. Or if somebody would open his cocoon to cut his wings off and stitch it back together, he will always have the urge to fly, but he can't. You know? This is what happened to you. You can't evolve. And this should help you evolving. So all you need pretty much is free will, and this is taken from you, and this is code, how it was taken. Yeah, this is a con. This is the oldest con ever since the first awareness. And all these wars going on are pretty much a distraction to the one war hiding, and this is the war bad against good or good against bad. Yeah, this is pretty much called the War of Angels, and there are many myths and legends. So what's the difference between a myth and a legend? It's quite simple. A myth is something you're scared of because you don't know what's coming up. You know, it could be a dragon, it's a myth. No one has ever seen one. Yeah? But a legend pretty much is someone was very happy and was being helped from a difficult situation. So if you will believe me, for those people I'm a myth and they're scared of me. And for those people I'm a legend because of some of them have saved their life. And I can't save everyone, you have to save yourself, and this is all I can do for you. This is draining me, yeah? So, everything you can ask with, why secrets? Someone needs power, greed or ego, yeah? This is the code of 4, the code of life, yeah? It's simple, you don't need 10 laws or justice or medicine or whatever, yeah? I'm an artist, yeah, don't forget this. I don't want any suits from medicine or religion or state, yeah. I don't want to cut my. I'm an artist, don't forget this. So, if we still in art, and this is a piece of plastic I wrote some stupid childhood memories on, you can use it like. You ask any question, you need the motive, yeah? And do you get satisfaction? Or are you distracted? And do we have to make a sacrifice to obey a hope or a promise? Yeah, this is gaining from the weak, basically. If I could help someone and I can do this, why should I gain from this? I can say, you like it? If you recover, do something good to somebody else and keep this alive. Yeah? If everybody would sing so, we didn't have war. This is not necessary. And some think it's a war of race, but it's not. It's a distraction, you know. If you bad, you know, your ancestors, your ancestors, you know, this is going on thousands and thousands of years and it's done in perfection, you know. They don't want to get killed, and that's the whole point, you know. This is why it's happening, and this is what you need to know. You have to accept you're not the middle of the universe, you're pretty much a piece of a part, and so little you can't even imagine. I don't want to make you down. Everything, this is pretty much very silly, and this is why I call it the university. You know, I invented this. Yeah, I'm the inventor of a new word. And a new school system. This is the future. Your children will learn from this, not from this ugly thing. There are artists who pretty much can do this nice, and will do, I think. And I don't want to frighten you or anything, I want to give you hope, yeah? I survived 5% and 7 years ago I was breathing from tubes, and I'm walking, you know? I'm talking, not very nice, not how you would like to, yeah? You can watch this if you want to have this professional. There's, he's called Alan Watts, yeah? And he studied all this, he can speak to you more professionally. He studied all this, and he's saying this not that simple, but I have to do it simple because this is a message for everyone. So sorry for the low budget. I'm broke and broken. Yeah? So there's a saying, for example, free is not straight. If you're a mathematician, you know, free is difficult. But free, actually, you have to think like the first human, you know, you can't do much. You're overthinking it. You think like a professor or someone who wants to be famous or get the Nobel Prize, yeah. You have to think pretty much like this fella here, yeah? The guy who takes stones and he can't communicate, he has to use symbols, and this is the first and only symbol. In order to understand the symbol, you have to understand this code. And so, to understand, yeah, I start at the beginning, this is always good, yeah? I'm sorry for the confusion, but you know, I'm improvising, but I'm sure we can handle it. So in order to be, you have to understand you're exactly where you are and do what you do, yeah? This is the first. And if you could forget the human thing or race or whatever, we are organism, yeah? We function with different, we have a heart, we have a liver, or two, or depending, you know, how much you drink. Yeah, so we're an organism, and in order to survive, we need to reproduce, yeah? And this is pretty much, I'm sorry. Yeah, you always think you're human and you're the same, but you're not. If you believe my theory, there are different involvements, so someone is a little bit smarter, someone not. Yeah, it's not about to be the smartest, it's just about to be, there's a different way of involvement. And this one is pretty mad at this one because he's prettier, he's bigger, taller, and he can do amazing things, and he can't do this because he's thinking. But it's not pretty fair because he's superior to him because he's more intelligent. But he's very polite, he would never let him know, yeah? So he wants to reproduce, to survive, yeah? He knows he's different to him, and he's an organism, and he needs to survive, and to get the girl, he needs like a con. So he's studying him and uses all his capabilities to get to this girl. He writes a poem, he makes the music, and he's the introducer, yeah? In the music business, well known. So this is actually code for music as well. If you use this, you can write a hit. If you write a poem, you write this with a poem, you know. But in order to know, yeah, you have to know who you are. So you could be someone who's good at gardening and sweeping toilets. Who knows? All life matters. This is the message here, and this is what I stand for. I'm liberal. I don't judge. That doesn't mean I approve. If I would approve, I wouldn't be here. So my existence is on the line as that one of my child and your child, if you will believe there's a con going on over thousands and thousands of years. And I could prove you that, and I would like to you prove it yourself. So this is why I made this code. Yeah, this is school of life. You should listen. I claim I'm pure, and this is why I can understand this. So you probably not, and I'm not as well. I did some stupid things. This is probably the most stupid thing I ever done. So I stopped at the 3 earlier. So this is, you're not a mathematician, you know. You can't count. You 3 people, you got 3 pieces to eat, you share. You don't need math for this, you know. Math basically is to help to count phases, yeah. The phases are 7. I come to this closer later. Yeah, we go back to the 3. 3 in the past wasn't a number, it was a symbol. And it's pretty much incomplete, yeah? This is how they are. 1, 2, 3, they're incomplete, there's one missing, yeah? I come to this back later. If you do it like simple, like a monkey, you put a half a 3 to half a 3 and you got 8, which is quite impressive, isn't it? So now you doubled the 3, and instead of 6 you become 8. This is symbolism. I hope you understand this. Yeah, this is the first language. This is the first code. This is the code of art. If you understand this, and you have an art of an artist, you can actually understand what he was thinking, painting this paint. So this is what people say. What did the artist say with this? Yeah, this is the translator. You can practically travel in time and think like an artist at this time if you manage to combine everything, this theory of everything. I know it's a lot, but we're getting closer. So you take the 8 and you combine it, you just squeeze it a little bit and you got a 0. Yeah, you call it 0, I call it endless or perfection. Yeah? This is very simple. A monkey could understand that. And this is pretty much the same, this yin and yang, this is good and bad, this is good and bad. You squeeze it together in a circle, you got the symbol of yin and yang. Yeah, and this means pretty much this. This is art, this is the code of art. It's so simple that it's silly. It's really silly. So, but the question is to be or not to be. This is why I'm here, not to be. Absolute nothing. And to prevent this, we can't have any more secrets. Yeah? We can't have control of anyone. Because if you can activate your whole brain, you neither need order or control. You don't need any religion, because you can pretty much communicate with any universal being. Which means if you want to communicate with your God, and I say your God, because I don't know on which side you are for now, you could get your proof yourself just using this code, But I still think we haven't accomplished anything. I'm still on it, yeah. So to understand something is missing, there's a game. It's called Silent Post. Someone speaks to another one, and at the end of the line, there's totally something different. It's confusing. It's chaos, yeah. And this is what happened here. This is how I learned it in church, and all of my life heard it like this: the Father, the Son, the Holy, and the Spirit. Yeah, the Spirit is your brain, is your free will. So the church took that from you, and you didn't even notice. So simple, huh? It's a con. And now, if you could, use this, what you learned from me, and a little bit. This is how I speak it naturally. The Father, the Son, the Holy, and the Spirit. And we have a code of 4, and as I already told you, the code of life, the code of art, everything is 4. Yeah? So we only have 3 who rule. Yeah? And the motive is not family, because where is any family? They're all split up. It's not love. They're not helping you. I was with a little child on the street, with a head trauma. They don't want peace. They're selling weapons and drugs, yeah? And they have teacher to teach how they think, yeah? They're not even human. They're banks. They're everything, but not humans. Yeah, they're things, and they have more rights than you or I. yeah, this is pretty much if you ever ask the motive in order to survive, and the other one wants power, money, or look pretty nice, you better up here. And if you don't have a family, I'm sure we can build something similar. Yeah, so this three will be pretty pissed off now, because imagine you have a church and you spend like millions of it to make it nice and powerful, and the people know terrible thing happens. I don't want war, I want to end a war. So we all have done terrible things, and I could forgive you. But in order to succeed, you need to forgive yourself. Can you do that, knowing this? Hundreds of millions dead because of a circle. This is a joke. This is a joke of the century. Hundreds of millions die because of this, and billions will die because of this. Yeah, this is the Holy Grail. This is Excalibur. This is every myth you ever hear, and everything it brought is destruction because of I am state, I am religion, I am medicine, I am power, I am greed, I am ego. And don't forget, I claim I'm on the good side. I am family, love, human, help, teacher, peace. Yeah? So, as you see, there's another pattern in it. Not everything is form, everything is... You got two of everything. Yeah? The form, you don't forget, this is number one action, yeah? This is four, this is four. This is two, and this is two, yeah? Good and bad. Bad thing, good thing. War, peace. Simple, huh? Beginning, end, or endless. Your choice. How do you choose? Yeah, to make this a little bit closer. This is alpha and omega. This is 1F. This is pretty much bad, Beginning and the end. And it's the beginning and endless, yeah? Good, evil. So who wants to live forever? So if you have done terrible things, you probably don't. But if you're a nice guy, like me, or everyone I know, you can become good. The only thing you need to do is you have to imagine this is possible. You have to have faith in you and in God. You don't have to have fear. You have to have trust in good. And the only thing you need to do is combine your subconscious with your conscious. What I'm not capable of, but I did this, But you could be better than me, because I can't use pretty much 20% of my brain properly. But if you're smart, you don't need to be smart, you just need to have a little faith, that's what they make you think. You have to be smart, but they just flick the rules. They're pretty much the student and became the superior, and we were the superior and became the student, more like a slave, I would say. So, yeah, welcome to the slavery you don't know of, and I carry on. This is still here. You have to bring order in this, and to solve chaos, you have to find its source of its beginning. And it started when this was taken, the spirit. Yeah, we lost our spirit, the free will to think for ourselves, to teach ourselves, and to have faith in ourselves and in God. God is existent and He's very powerful, and I'm not religious, and I'm not a club member of anything. You know? And my wife believes in God, and she uses the Bible, and it's okay, because my wife is like an angel. She saved my life, you know. And this is maximum you can get from a people, from a person, to be loved how you are, and it's called unconditional love. And every dog has it, but we lost it, you know. We don't have this. We bleach our teeth, we put color in our hairs, we make us pretty, we use perfume. It's all against nature, because we need actually to smell our partners to combine, to figure out if we can make a child together. Some people try 20 years and then use injection and whatever, and they never get a child, and one of the other partners changes the partner and boom, they got a child. You know, it's like a miracle, but it's not, it's nature. They weren't meant to be, and this is what we can't accept. We can't accept our nature. So in order that you lose track of your cycles, of your phases, they use pretty much the time that needs to be used to activate your phases or realize your phases against you with distraction. Yeah. So if you believe my theory, 7 phases means 7 years in time. Yeah. Every 7 years you have an involvement in your brain. You know, you have an involvement when you're grown everywhere. You know, you get longer legs, longer fingers, longer face, everything. You grow and grow. This is a phase, and it stops when you're not doing it. So why you don't have a phase where you can actually use your brain? Who says that? You can do this. You don't know the click, you know. And this is the click. You just have to have a healthy environment. You have to rest, you know. We take pills. And every drug addiction, you know, heroin was invented by medicine. Yeah, and medicine appeared when the witches disappeared. Yeah, they were natural people. They understood the forest, and the healing methods. You know, I don't say you don't have to have a doctor, but pretty much you shouldn't pay for it. You know, you can heal yourself if you understand this method. So all of this to actually get a little bit closer. You use, you know, the Borg, they're pretty bad people, you know, they like zombies and machines, and they're collective, you know. This is actually scary for people to see, but if you be like this is scary, but if you use a collective as a family for love, you can do unimaginable things. You can do magic pretty much. Yeah? You can do everything, because this is the sign of everything. If you can combine your conscious with your subconscious to become, you don't even know who you are yet. You have to become first, you know. I was somebody and I've become somebody else. I'm an artist now. Before this I was a mechanic. Yeah? This is everything. Everything you need to know. And all you need to fight is chaos. And in order to fight chaos, you have to live in order, you know, in your order. That means you have to function between 7 and the rest of the day. I work pretty much every day, 12 hours or more. I had 2 jobs. At the weekend I was serving drinks, and I did any shitty job you can imagine. So I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, distraction. And I'm not drunk, you know, and every time I drank, I actually missed out on my involvement, you know, because I was confused. I didn't know what happened to me. But if you know what happened to you, you don't have to drink or anything. You just sit it out, and, you know, you have to have rest and silence, you know. And many people talking from the mountains, and I never liked the mountains, and it happened to me in the mountains in April, so this is when I actually got the touch of God, you know. If you want to know how it feels like I had a bubble here and it popped just, and in that moment I solved the theory of everything, you know. I have done this before, I just was looking for a method to everyone to understand, because it's really important what I'm talking about. So we all fell on the same con, yeah? There's no shame in it, and we shouldn't be naughty or angry or kill anyone. This is my message here, yeah? We have to live in peace and in understanding together, yeah? To become perfect, yeah? And everything is possible, everything. Yeah? I had 5% to survive, and I took my chance, yeah? Everything is possible. So never mind, things happen and we can't turn back time, but we can really learn from it. I hope this time for real. Einstein said we always do the same thing over and over again. This is madness. You can read this in the internet. Everything here you read in the internet, you can prove it, yeah, with this code. This is different. This is not the way we used to do it. If you would like to try my way, I'm happy to invite you to walk it together. Yeah, my job is pretty much done when I'm done talking, but you can ask politely if you need help or, you know, a shoulder to cry on. Please don't. It was a joke. I have a weird sense of humor. You would understand it if you understand me. So, but I can't do this. So you have to, every time you want to do something, you have to give a sacrifice. You fell for the bait, you lose it, you come home and promises, and you start over and over again. I did this several times. It doesn't work out. Yeah, for them it's pretty much good. They have all you, more than you can think of, more than they need. And I don't want anything for myself. Don't forget that. Yeah. So the devil is pretty much a myth. So this is the devil, you know, because he's preaching something and he's taking control. Yeah, this is not for the good reasons they work. There are angels. People talk about angels, half gods, and all kind of weird stuff. Alien abduction, blah blah blah. This is solving this as well. An angel is pretty much a pure soul. It's still a human, you know. In the past, some people already told me, I saved their life. They said, "You're my angel," you know. And it's nothing unnatural. I really do this not for myself. If I help someone and he smiles, I smile. That's what I feed off. You know, I have to eat as well as you see, but you know, this means pure. So you have no agenda. You don't want anything. You know, you keep the faith, and you have no fear for tomorrow because you're a good person and you follow your nature. Yeah. Since I follow my nature, I feel I have satisfaction, I feel complete. I'm broken, I'm broke, but I've never been happy in my life. And if you want this, you should try to understand my map. And I'm really trying my best here. And if it doesn't work, I'll ask some question, and I will try to move on with a different path. So. I'm pretty much a threat to them because they think. So I'm not a threat, I'm harmless, you see. I'm a rank, I'm using a cane to walk, and sometimes I even can skate when I have a good day. But there's no rhythm in it. So you have to believe I'm more involved than you. That means I'm smarter, even with the brain damage, and I'm trying to warn you. For atom wars, it can be anything what has to do with it. It could be the God particle, or how you call it, I don't know. So before you do anything rational or a decision or anything, you should really study this and then understand this, what I'm talking about. I know it's a lot and it's weird, and new, but it's actually quite simple, because it's only 4 things you need to know. You have to know you are, you have to know your motive, and actually in order to survive you have to reproduct, you know. And to become endless or perfect with a clear soul and mind, you know, you can't take things in the afterworld. Yeah, you can only take impressions you had that could be very bad, and this can be very good depending on who you are. So if you can't say, I did a lot of shit, so fuck it. This is your chance for a do-over. I'm offering day 0. You know, I can forgive you, and he probably will, but you have to do something for it. You have to become good. Yeah. I invite you to this side, and you are not, but you can become pure when you do things for none of those reasons. If you can figure anything of this for yourself, help someone who can't walk or have nothing to eat, if you have too much, be reasonable what you actually need. We don't need all this shit, you know. Have a little bit trust in the good. So maybe you gather a couple of people you shouldn't have trusted and give them the last shirt. You always will get another shirt. I did that as well. So I've very often given my last shirt and always did get a better one, you know. It's life, you know. You give something, you take something, and this is the order, you know. You can't rip off all the trees and expect nothing, you know. Nature's calling you and screaming, and you just don't listen. We could live with the animals in harmony because we speak universal language. I found a dog, he was very aggressive. I'm not the dog whisperer, you know. I pretty much love dogs, and with my condition I said I never would have a dog again, and because I can't walk him like he needs. So he needed help, and I helped him as good as I could, and I felt quite good. He's a member of a family, and everyone was threatened about him, and the only thing he was scared, and he didn't belong anywhere. So I made him a part of my family, and I trust my kid with his life, you know. He's with his hand in his mouth, and he's very gentle, and he would protect us with his life. This is unconditional love, you know. He would sacrifice himself to protect one of us or all of us. And he wouldn't think about the consequences, and this is different, you know. A dog doesn't think, and this is what you can't do. You can't stop thinking, and this is why this is probably going to happen. Yeah? So I don't know much more to say. You actually use what I just told you, and have to figure out how it works. You know, there's a code of 4. You have to use phases of 7. So if you think you have a sickness or anything, your shit gets a frame or something else, this is just a distraction. You're distracted. You made a face, and you should have involved, but you couldn't because nobody taught you, or you didn't even know that it existed, but it was taken from you like 4,000 years ago. We haven't involved the last 4,000 years. And it's always the experts who have the answer of our question. And I would ask myself why it's always the experts who give me the answers. Why don't you give yourself the answer? If you're ready to involve, you only need to think of it. That's pretty much. You can activate any conversation you had in the past if you can pretty much go to your subconsciousness. Yeah, people say they study listening while sleeping, and that's possible, but on a way more effective way if you access your subconscious directly. Yeah, you only have to think of it. You know you can do this. You concentrate on it, and you can use every time in your life to go to and have conversation you had with your grandmother. After this I could remember things I didn't even know that happened, conversation with my grandmother. She was very important in my life. And as also my mother, as much my mother loves us, I was a weirdo. She told me my whole life, I've got swapped in a hospital, and why would the mother say so? It wasn't offensive, it's only because I'm weird and I'm different, and this is pretty much the reason. I'm too smart for you. Yeah, I was writing from the right to the left. I'm left-handed, and I was forced in the school to use my right hand. Yeah, that was pretty much state. And they taught me it's wrong to use the left hand. Why? Today it's normal, and in the 70s I had to sit on my hand. My brother did get punished with a stick. Stay. And religion punish as well. Do they do this from this reason? Are they your family? Are they even human? I'm not even human. I feel inhuman because I lost everything in order for this reason. Power, greed, and ego. Yeah? It's really quite simple. Religion took my name. I never heard my name spoken out, You know me under a certain name, and this is the name I travel with. This is the name I was given from church, from religion. It's not even my name. My real name is never called out, and it's not important. Only 3 or 4 people in the world know my real name. And I don't want it anymore. I'm Leon. It's okay. I know who I am, and this is what I give you as a message with. You know who you are when you know who you are, and not when you've been told. Yeah? And the only thing, if you have difficulty, just be good. It's good to be good. What's wrong is good. And my motive is to end all wars. I don't want any more victims. I don't want anyone to die. We could put together, make a team and study history again, because there's so many messages in history you don't know. Yeah, I could give you every message, and I could solve everything, but I would love to do it combined, with you together, and you can solve this all for yourself. I'm happy with you. If you're happy, I'm happy. And if you have any question, Michelangelo, he knew of the code of art. He sent all messages to me, actually. I understand his language because he uses the code of art, because he was pure like me. Not only a pure person, I'm not a virgin or anything, I have 3 child. I'm pure because the only thing I think of is love. I want to be loved, and I want to give love. And this is an awareness or an awakening you should have. If you do things out of love, you pretty much can't do anything wrong. Yeah. So there's one thing missing. This is like another 4 codes. You have like 10 or 12 codes. You got justice and thousands of laws. Nobody understands. And yes is no, no is yes. And I write this down later, put it in a file. This is the code I live by. This is pretty much how I survived, and the strength of my family. The first code, like every 4 digital code, if you, excuse me, I'm this exhausted. I try to finish. The first quote is, you can't be God, you know? It's not possible, and it's really not necessary, but they try. It's not possible. We will fail, you know? This only goes this way. The second is, everything you do, never gain of the weak, you know? Help because you can, and do it out of love, you know? So you also can't kill. You can kill out of love, but not for these reasons. Yeah? If you kill because you're jealous, you're one of the bad guys. You know? You have to let go. You have to let go of this. This is your break. You have to stop thinking, and you have to use nature. And this is difficult because we always destroy everything, but there's a little bit left. So if we could combine, yeah, in order to heal, we have to heal the world first, yeah. And there are many smart people who will understand this, and they will think like me, and they will help me. Yeah, I'm using the principle of the chessboard with the rice. This is an old story. But here comes a wish, and he asked for a rice corn each chess field and double it, so it becomes endless. So I hope another person can understand what I'm saying and spread the word, you know. This is my goal, this is my capability, it's all I got. I wish I had a nice team with lights and Zoom, and, you know. You're pretty much pissed because you spend thousands of university or anything, and the university is so cheap, you know. And that's the whole point, you know. School should be free for everyone, you know. Life matters, and if a child can't study anything, this is not right. So, if you can handle yourself, stop thinking, use the 4-digital code. I wasn't ready before. I was free. Yeah? So we had no gain, no God, no killing, and also you could never ask anything you would not do for the other one. You know, it's given and taken pretty much. It's 4 rules. It's 4 rules of life, and the way to become good, to activate your brain, your subconscious. You can study everything you want. You don't even need a university. You don't need your state. Yeah, and if you heal the world, if you can combine as a collective of humanity, heal the world, you know, and the animals, you know. The world is everything, not just the plants. Or yeah, we can live in harmony with the animals, and you don't have to be a vegetarian. But we don't have to kill animals, we don't even eat and put it in the trash, you know. 1/3 of everything of production goes to the bin. It's not a very nice thing to do, but it gives you power, it gives you money, and it makes you strong. When others have to make sacrifices, you know. And yeah, you pretty much get where I'm going, you know. You have to reproduce in order to survive. We are all organisms, we have all the same organ, we want to survive, but in order to survive, we have to break this in the middle, put it together, you know, like yin and yang, and we can have a future instead of nothing, to be or not to be. This is call of art. This is a message to me, to you. So, I hope this is okay. I sent this to a friend and hope the camera was actually rolling. So this is the new art, this is your future. Yeah, the future has 2 ways to go. You can die, or you can live forever. But only if you're pure, and do it out of love. How simple is that? So, don't overthink it. You have to listen to your mind, to your heart, to your soul and to your guts. And then nothing can go wrong. Nobody knows better than you what you're capable of and who you are. You will know who you are as soon as you access your main brain. Yeah? Combine subconscious with conscious and gain self-control. There's no more hate, jealousy. You lose all this. You feel complete, you're happy, and you don't need more than you need. Yeah? This is satisfaction. Yeah? Self-control. Knowing everything and do as you can. So, life matters, no matter the status. You can be a professor from the university, you can be a street kid like me, and you can be in a lower position. And this is why I'm doing this. I was suffering and I thought I had the worst, and then I traveled half the world and I saw much more worse. So if you like this, I started a children foundation with a friend in the Caribbean. He's a preacher. And a time ago I promised him I would try to collect some money for him. So if you want to help homeless kids, we have a team, we prepared, we have the ground, we already started. If you have too much money, I don't want anything for this. And I don't want anything for myself, but I would ask you for a little help for some kids. That would be pretty happy. Thank you for your attention. My name was Leo. Have fun with this, yeah. And don't forget, this plastic is a trick. It's the end of all wars. Only thing you need to be objective, reasonable, and do everything out of love. Good evening. Good night. Bye.